Hello, good day, everybody. Hi, Stefan. Nice to
Hi,
see you
Uli.
again. We're back at Fresh from the Trollbox, and we called it. How are you doing, Stefan? How was your week? We're at 34K this afternoon.
That was a really crazy week, I have to say, positively spoken. I mean, as we said last week, it's October, and it definitely, let's say, holds true to the name, right? So we saw the pump to 35K. Everyone expected maybe even a little bit more than going down. I guess it really depended on all the short positions that have been liquidated, so that pushed Bitcoin up, up, and up. And now we will see whether the support lines will hold and whether we hold between 33 and 34K. If it holds, chances are high that we're even going higher. I mean, you see that in the market, in the rumors, everyone expects if we break out, it will go to 45, which is a big thing. So sentiment is getting better. You see that in the market, total market cap up by 12%, consolidation towards Bitcoin, right? So we have Bitcoin dominance being totally strong. Amazing market, a lot of opportunity to trade in every way, shape, or form, right? I mean, you could have traded Bitcoin, you could have traded ETH versus Bitcoin, you could even have traded altcoins. There was a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's interesting that you point out sort of to, I guess, the total market cap versus the Bitcoin, right? I think we saw that in general, there was a bit of a consolidation towards Bitcoin. What about and from a derivatives exchange? How do you see the funding rates? How do you see open interest? Is that a good market now still for entry?
Well, it's always a good market for entry. I mean, even if we start with let's say a mild pre-bull run scenario, it's always good to get in, right? This is just, we are Bitcoin believers. I'm a Bitcoin believer, so it's definitely the right time. I used the last week to top up by going long and consolidating more Bitcoin in my wallet, right? So I loved it. And if you look at the funding rates, going long is even better because we have positive funding rates basically throughout October now. If that stays, great message. Frankly, I love it.
Yeah, sweet. And in terms of
And
the odds
not
to watch,
not to forget, we've seen in the two high volume days a big jump in the basis, right? So basis trading is up again, which is nice, especially if you're a Bitcoin holder.
yeah, true, and very attractive, I think, to many of the long-term holders indeed. Um, let's talk a little bit about alts.
Oh,
Even before Bitcoin, we saw a big pump in Link. I think together with Bitcoin, you mentioned Sol ETH, and then Pepper had especially went this week also. That was interesting. How did you monitor and observe these altcoins?
yeah, well, it for me, you see that stuff is going on, right? Still, you have the Bitcoin dominance. I mean, I wouldn't say of course, but in a way, for me, it feels like of course because it's a safe haven. But you see that alts are trying to break out, as you say. Link pumped because of real world asset hopes, right? So TradFi probably going in using it. You see the competition between Sol and Solana and Ethereum, which is healthy and good for the industry. I mean, Pepper is a little bit different. They jumped because of the extraordinary burn. Let's see whether this is sustainable. But it was a good trading opportunity too, right? I mean, you could make a lot of money in derivatives out of that. You don't need to hold them outright. You can go in, out, good stuff. But what I wanted to point out at is, I mean, next week, so on the 1st of October, TIA will list, right? But we had already a price because we had the pre-IEO listing with our derivatives, which indicates kind of an up to 2.5 billion valuation, putting it on par with Uniswap or Cosmos chain, which is a big thing. So maybe there's really something coming up that drive old market. I mean, it's with that size, not really an old coin as such, but it is second tier then, but it might be big. It's a good thing, right? I mean, you could trade it already as a future contract with 2x leverage on BitMEX, settling in cash actually after the listing next week. So you still can get into it. You can form your price opinion. You can position yourself. Good stuff.
Nice. Yeah, sounds good. So what are we watching for next week? TIA listing, and we trade it now. Bitcoin, hopefully holding the 34K, breaking out north. Anything I missed?
Well, I'm watching closely the ETH to Bitcoin relation and to trade on that one.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the perspective today, and looking forward to see you next week again.
See you next week. Bye.